a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Russell Brand. Russell Edward Brand is an English comedian, actor, radio host, author, and activist. After beginning his career as a stand-up comedian and later becoming an MTV presenter, Brand first achieved notoriety in 2004 as the host of Big Brother's Big Mouth, a Big Brother spin-off. In 2007, he had his first major film role in St Trinian's, and the following year he landed a major role in the romantic comedy drama Forgetting Sarah Marshall. The film led to him starring in a spin-off, the rock comedy Get Him to the Greek, alongside Jonah Hill in 2010. He also worked as a voice actor in the animated films Despicable Me in 2010, Hop in 2011, and Despicable Me 2 in 2013, and played the title character of the 2011 remake of the romantic comedy Arthur. In 2013, he released the successful stand-up special Messiah Complex. Since guest editing an edition of British political weekly news Statesman in 2013, Brand has become known as a public activist and campaigner, and has spoken on a wide range of political and cultural issues, including wealth inequality, addiction, corporate capitalism, climate change, and media bias. In 2014, Brand launched his political comedy web series The Truce, released a book entitled Revolution, and began work on a documentary about financial inequality with Michael Winterbottom. Over the course of his career, Brand has been the subject of frequent media coverage and controversy for issues such as his promiscuity and drug use, his outrageous behavior at various awards ceremonies, his dismissal from MTV and resignation from the BBC, and his 2-year marriage with singer Katy Perry. He has incorporated many of his controversial public antics into his comedic material. In 2015, a biographical documentary called Brand: A Second Coming was released. Early life. Russell Edward Brand was born in Orsett Hospital in Grays, Essex, England. He is the only child of Barbara Elizabeth and photographer Ronald Henry Brand. Brand's parents split up when he was 6 months old, and he was raised by his mother. He had a difficult childhood. When he was 7, a tutor sexually abused him. When Brand was 8, his mother contracted uterine cancer and then breast cancer 1 year later. While she underwent treatment, Brand lived with relatives. When he was 14, he suffered from bulimia nervosa. When he was 16, he left home because of disagreements with his mother's partner. Brand then started to use illegal drugs such as cannabis, amphetamines, LSD, and ecstasy. Brand says he had a strange relationship with his father, whom he saw sporadically and who took him to visit prostitutes during a trip to Thailand when Brand was a teenager. He made his theatrical debut at the age of 15 in a school production of Bugsy Malone, and then began work as a film extra. Brand attended Gray's School Media Arts College, and in 1991, he was accepted to the Italia Conti Academy and had his first year of tuition funded by Essex County Council. After his first year at Italia Conti Academy, Brand was expelled for illegal drug use and poor attendance. Stand-up. Brand performed stand-up at the Hackney Empire New Act of the Year final in 2000. Although he finished 4th, his performance attracted the attention of bound and gagged comedy limited agent Nigel Clarfeld. That year, he also made his Edinburgh debut as one-third of the stand-up show Pablo Diabolos Cryptic Triptych, alongside ventriloquist Mark Felgate and Anglo-Iranian comic Shafi Kasandi. In 2004, he took his first one-man show, The Confessional Better Now, to the Edinburgh Festival, giving what he claimed was an honest account of his heroin addiction. He returned the following year with eroticized humor. He launched his first nationwide tour, Shame, in 2006. Brand drew on embarrassing incidents in his own life, and the coverage about him in the tabloid press. The show was released on DVD as Russell Brand, Live. Brand appeared in a sketch and performed stand-up at Amnesty International's Secret Policeman's Ball in 2006 and again at the 2012 edition at Radio City Music Hall. In March 2007, he co-hosted an evening of the Teenage Cancer Trust gigs with Noel Fielding. In December 2007, Brand performed for Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip as an act in the 2007 Royal Variety performance. His second nationwide tour, in 2007, was called Russell Brand, Only Joking, and released on DVD as Russell Brand, Doin' Life. Brand began performing in the US, and recorded a special for Comedy Central titled Russell Brand in New York, which aired in March 2009. Brand began touring the UK, America and Australia from January on a tour called Russell Brand, Scandalous. In October, a further 4 dates that were performed in November were added to raise money for Focus 12, the drug charity for which Brand is a patron. In 2013, Brand presented and toured his comedy show Messiah Complex, in which he tackled advertising, the laws on drug addiction and the portrayal of his heroes, such as Gandhi, Guevara, Malcolm X and Jesus, and how he is, in comically contrived ways, similar to them. In January 2017, Brand announced his new show Rebirth, which will debut in April 2017, and will run until November 2018. Over the years, Brand has named Richard Pryor, Bill Hicks, Peter Cook, Lenny Bruce, Tony Hancock, Jack Kerouac, Stuart Lee, Tenacious D, Eddie Murphy, Monty Python as his comedic influences. Presenting. Brand's first presenting role came in 2000 as a video journalist on MTV. He presented Dance Floor Chart, touring nightclubs in Britain and Ibiza, and hosted the tea time request show Select. Brand was fired several days after coming to work dressed as Osama bin Laden the day after the 11th of September 2001 attacks and bringing his drug dealer to the MTV studios. After leaving MTV, Brand starred in Rebrand, a documentary and comedy television program that aimed to take a challenging look at cultural taboos. It was conceived, written, and hosted by Brand, with the help of his comic partner on many projects, Matt Morgan. The series was shown on the now-defunct digital satellite channel UK Play in 2002. In 2004, he hosted Big Brother's Forum on E4, a sister show to Big Brother 5. The show gave celebrity guests and the public the chance to have their say on the goings-on inside the Big Brother house. For Big Brother 6, the show's name changed to Big Brother's Big Mouth. Following Celebrity Big Brother 5, Brand said he would not return to host the Big Brother 8 series of Big Brother's Big Mouth. In a statement, Brand thanked all the producers for taking the risk of employing an ex-junkie twerp to front the show. Of his time presenting the show, he said, "The 3 years I've spent on Big Brother's Big Mouth have been an unprecedented joy." Brand hosted a one-off special called Big Brother According to Russell Brand, in which Brand took a surreal, sideways look at Big Brother through the ages. On the 8th of January 2008, Brand was the 5th celebrity to hijack the Big Brother house in the E4 show Big Brother, Celebrity Hijack. Brand next returned to MTV in the spring of 2006 as presenter of the chat show, One Leicester Square, which had its broadcast time revised to allow for a more adult-oriented theme. Guests included Tom Cruise, Uma Thurman, the Mighty Boosh, and Boy George, and a second series began in September 2006 on MTV. After Big Brother 7 finished, Brand presented a debate show called Russell Brand's Got Issues on E4. The viewing figures for the first episode were seen as disappointing, being beaten by nearly all of E4's main multi-channel rivals. Despite a big publicity and promotional campaign for the show, the poor ratings prompted the network to repackage the show as The Russell Brand Show and move it to Channel 4. The first episode was broadcast on Channel 4, and it ran for 5 weeks. Brand presented the 2006 Emmy Awards. At the ceremony, Bob Geldof, who was accepting an award from Brand, said at the podium, "Russell Brand, what a cunt," to which Brand replied, "Really, it's no surprise, Geldof is such an expert on famine. He has, after all, been dining out on I Don't Like Mondays for 30 years. Brand hosted the 2007 Brit Awards and presented Oasis with an Outstanding Contribution to Music award at the event. He also hosted 1 hour of comic relief. On the 7th of July 2007, he presented at the UK leg of Live Earth at Wembley Stadium, London. On the 12th of December 2007, BBC4 aired Russell Brand on the Road, a documentary presented by Brand and Matt Morgan about the writer Jack Kerouac and his novel On the Road. Brand returned to Channel 4 to host Russell Brand's Bondland, in which he discussed topics like childhood and science through stand-up comedy. The show first aired on the 22nd of October 2007 and continued for the next 5 nights. A second series began on the 30th of October 2008. The show ran for 12 episodes over the 2 series. Brand was later announced as the host of the 2008 MTV Video Music Awards, which drew skepticism from the American media, as he was relatively unknown to the American public. Brand's appearance led to controversy for numerous reasons. He said the night marked the launch of a very new Britney Spears era, referring to it as the resurrection of Spears. He also said, "If there was a female Christ, it's Britney." Brand implored the audience to elect Democratic presidential candidate Barack Obama, and later called then U.S. President George W. Bush a retarded cowboy fella, who, in England, wouldn't be trusted with scissors. He also made several references to the purity rings worn by the Jonas Brothers, but apologized for the comments later in the show. His comments at the 2008 MTV Video Music Awards led to Brand receiving death threats from some offended viewers. Brand claimed that MTV asked him to host the 2009 awards after the ratings for the 2008 show were 20% higher than the previous year. Also in 2008, Brand hosted a one-off stand-up comedy show called Comedy Live Presents, Russell Brand and Friends, which was shown on Channel 4 on the 25th of January 2008. Brand returned to host the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards on the 13th of September 2009 at Radio City Music Hall in New York City. The ratings for the 2009 show were the best since the 2004 VMAs. On the 12th of February 2011, Brand guest hosted an episode of the hit American sketch comedy Saturday Night Live. Brand also hosted the 2012 MTV Movie Awards. Acting. While still a teenager, Brand appeared in 1994 episodes of the Bill and the Children's Adventure series Mud. In 2002, Brand appeared on the TV shows Cruise of the Gods in White Teeth. In 2005, he played Tommy in the BBC sitcom Blessed, which was written and directed by Young Ones co-writer Ben Elton. Brand auditioned for the part of Super Hans in the Channel 4 sitcom Peep Show. The role eventually went to Matt King. In 2007, Brand appeared in Cold Blood for ITV, playing an ex-con called Ally. Brand played a recovering crack addict named Terry in the pilot for the ITV comedy The Abbey, written by Morwenna Banks. He voiced an Earth Guardian in Robbie the Reindeer in Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Brand appeared in a small role in the 2006 movie Penelope, although his first major film role was as Flash Harry in the 2007 film St Trinians. Brand achieved American fame when he starred in the 2008 film Forgetting Sarah Marshall, in which he played rock star Aldous Snow, the boyfriend of the title character. Brand received rave reviews for his performance as Snow, and he revealed the character was changed from an author to a rock star because of his audition. Brand starred alongside Adam Sandler in the Disney film Bedtime Stories, which was released on the 25th of December 2008. He reprised the role of Aldous Snow for a buddy comedy titled Get Him to the Greek, co-starring Jonah Hill. He reunited with Forgetting Sarah Marshall director Nicholas Stoller and producer Judd Apatow for the film. Brand starred in Julie Taymor's 2010 version of William Shakespeare's The Tempest, as Trinculo. In 2010, Brand voiced Dr. Nefario in the Universal movie Despicable Me, and reprised the role in the 2013 sequel. Brand also guest-starred in The Simpsons episode, Angry Dad, the movie, as himself. Brand also starred in the April 2011 live-action CGI animated film Hop with James Marsden. Voicing the film's protagonist, E.B. Hop opened at number 1 at the Friday box office in the US, earning $11.4 million. The same month, he played the title character in a remake of Arthur, written by Peter Bainham, which was a box office disappointment. Brand starred as Lonnie in a film adaptation of the 1980s set musical Rock of Ages, released in cinemas in June 2012. In 2016, Brand voiced Creek in the DreamWorks film Trolls. He also appears in the comedy Army of One with Nicolas Cage. Other projects Brand has been tied to include a remake of Drop Dead Fred, an Adam Sandler-produced film about a con man posing as a priest tentatively entitled Bad Father, co-written by Brandon Matt Morgan, and a film adaptation of the children's television program Rent-A-Ghost, a project that was picked up by Fox Studios in 2011, with Ben Stiller attached. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?